Good evening and welcome to eCurve. My name is Laura Mbatha, and as usual, we are here every Wednesday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. And you can interact with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Remember, our social media pages are at KTN Home _, hashtag eCurve Live, hashtag KTN Welcome Home. And as usual, my name is Laura Mbatha, as I said. I'm here with none other than Gilda Naibi.
I am super excited to be here. This is my favorite part of the week.
Yeah.
Sitting here talking to you every Wednesday at 10 p.m., just rehashing what's been going on for the past week. And we talked about almost wearing the same dress today.
Listen.
Would that have been epic, Ama, what?
I don't know, I think I would have cried.
You'd have cried. Me, I'd have been like, let's twin.
There's a way it's on your body, it won't look the same on mine. But
it's a pleasure, as always, to be here with you. You know, we just have the best time as usual.
Absolutely. And before getting into the tea buzz, we obviously have to plug you into some of the fantastic events we have lined up. Check this out.
Leo, kama umekosa kitu kikubwa sana. Habaki mondongo, show the way ya waka waka. Habaki.
Because we are ushering in December, and I am here with one and only Jackie from Standard Media Group. How are you feeling today?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm excited. I'm here. My name is Jacqueline Atieno, and we are happy to be part of this event, Lokole Festival. And Ferregola is going to be here, Nomsibo is going to be here, Prince Inda is going to be here, and Max Okelo Mbilia Ben is going to be here.
Acoustique Zobrit, l'image. Chez Echo des Bâches na Bruxelles, Patrick Dijadi l'expert. Lady Pression.
Hi, beautiful lady. Hi. How are you feeling?
We are feeling okay. We are happy. We are here to enjoy ourselves.
Why did you come to this event?
See Ferregola to support my Kenyan people. Yeah, I feel good.
Is this your kind of...
Yeah, this is my kind of music. I'm a rumba lover. So I'm here for Ferregola and Mbilia Bell, the event.
Amazing. Do you always like go to concerts, rumba concerts and what have you, or this is like your first?
This is my second time actually. I was at Fali Pupa's concert, so this is my second time here.
Excellence Abdou Madouana.
Tell me about your outfit today. Is it rumba inspired?
Well, I just chose an outfit. I didn't know it's rumba inspired, but if it's rumba inspired, so be it. I just chose an outfit. I love rumba, I love rumba, I love rumba. We like this class, it is classy and we love that. We like classy rumba. We are classy people, rumba people are classy people.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed that and you're planning on going for more events. I actually have a suggestion. When you go to those events, send us your pictures so we can be sure it was fun.
Yeah.
Just in case none of us was there.
Yeah.
Right?
These are events that we always want to check out. We always want to be part of events. And also send us invites. We'll come and check out your events. We'll be there. You know, we shop to the hottest events. We always want to be a part of what's going on with the crowd, you know?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
We're getting into tea buzz, and why not start things off on a very high note? What is the one thing you've learned as you get older?
To be honest with you, I think it is that adulting is a scam. Let's just be honest. It's a scam. Since I have grown up, everything has just been like, wow, you guys have done a lot for me. My parents,
Yeah.
growing up, it's getting harder and harder. The pressure is getting worse. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's one thing that I'm noticing. What about you? What do you think?
I think I've realized that nothing is permanent. Always be prepared to lose anything and gain everything at the same time.
Yeah.
So you have to have a mentality of abundance and lack of.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared for both. So taking nothing for granted, of course. And also that people confuse the word adulting with capitalism. I'm not a socialist
true.
or anything. I'm just saying the problem is capitalism.
Yeah.
It's not being an adult.
Yeah.
See, like me, by now probably I would have been in a village somewhere being chased by a lion, probably dead because I'm not outrunning a lion.
Yeah.
But financial problems is too much.
It's true. I remember I was seeing this meme on Twitter. Someone was saying, instead of being, I wish I would have bought a house at the age of 4 years old instead of like my parents, because at that time things were just making sense.
Yeah,
right
it
now,
did.
as we're getting older, it's just not.
See, adulting, capitalism, it's the only thing that keeps going downwards.
Yeah.
The currency keeps getting worse. The economy keeps getting worse. Nothing is getting better
Yeah.
in this regime. But as usual, everything has to be tried and tested to see failure.
Yeah.
I don't know who will save us, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe.
I think another thing is also family. I think I've learned that family is just keeping them close to you and your loved
Yes.
ones, the people who you consider family.
Oh, yes.
Family, that doesn't have to be the people who are blood related,
Yeah.
but the family that you choose, they can really push you forward, and they can also just keep you going.
True. Finding people who are like-minded and you share the same, not goals, but sort of basic principles. I tell my best friend this all the time. She's not the perfect human. She's not even a good friend, but she's a good person.
Yeah.
Inherently in the base of whatever it is we have, she is a very, very good friend. So whatever else, because human beings are just like that. You want everything to be perfect, the perfect design, but I shouldn't say. But like I said, you realize over time no one is perfect. Similarly to me, I know there's certain things that she can't stand about me that she's
Yeah.
probably not able to vocalize. It's the same about me.
Yeah.
I'm not a good friend, but I'm a good person.
Yeah.
So separating being nice and being good is also something that I've learned as an adult.
Yeah,
no,
no,
people don't have to be nice to you, but they can be good people.
Yeah, no, you are a good person. Since I've come on the show and since I've gotten to know you, this is one of the most
I'm
amazing
good,
people
but I'm
I've
not
actually-
nice,
No,
right?
no, it's, I don't know what nice is.
See-
Nice is, I think it's relative. Because
Nice is definitely relative.
I think I'm nice, but and I'm also
You're
good.
nice and good,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's also nice is relative. You can also be tough. I don't think I'm tough, but I think it's something that I need to work on
Yeah,
as well.
I'm not
yeah.
nice, but
Yeah.
yeah. It's not anything you guys have to deal with. I'm fun. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Yes.
But speaking of this year and what has been happening, what do you think is something that you've held close to your heart, like a routine that you've learned, that you have stuck with, and that has kept you going?
Without sounding like a Bible thumper, it's religion. Finding my way back to God has been very, very life-changing for me, eye-opening. I felt that, you know, being consistent in prayer, because I said, like, at least every morning and before I go to sleep, I have to be very conscious. So I don't sleep while listening to things. I don't sleep while watching anything. My night has to end in prayer. And my day must begin with prayer. Sometimes, of course, I forget, but it's the one thing that has kept me consistent. And through reading the Bible, trusting in God, I've really built up a mental exercise that keeps me grateful. It reduces my anxiety. And like I said, religion is not for everyone, but for me, that's been the one routine that has really, really worked, my connection with God.
Yeah, and it's something that is going to always be there. It's always going to be like a give and, not, I won't say a give and take, but it's always going to be something that you always have to keep working on.
Absolutely,
Keep,
yeah.
Even if you feel like you've dipped a little bit with your relationship with God,
Oh, yes.
he's always going to be there, so you'll always be
Yeah.
able to connect. Mia's going to say something more like surface level and be like,
Go ahead.
my face routine.
Right?
It's something that I
Oh,
decided
yeah.
I'm going to put in some work and just buy even just a few products. Like I just started off with like a cleanser and like a toner and just something, just like 3 items that I use.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay, my
There's a
skincare,
difference.
there's a difference. And I saw it and I was like, okay, this is working for me.
Yeah.
And it's something that it's small, but when you put in something into just even how you look and how you feel, and you see these kind of things changing in
Yeah.
you, it makes you feel better.
Absolutely. And just to tie the 2 points that we made with the
Yeah.
first story about what have you learned as you get older, that thing about skincare, when I was in my 20s, because I'd probably be out all week, all night from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. the next
Yeah.
morning. So my face was caked up. all day. I'd sleep in makeup, I'd wake up, but I make a very conscious decision to go home and remove my makeup
Yeah.
and just clean my face. Even if I don't have a routine per se, but I always just have to sleep with a clean face.
Yeah.
Which has really helped.
It
It's
has.
undermined, but it's very, very important.
Yeah, it's hard. And also, I think with us, because we obviously, we do late shows and we go out late, we go for events late.
Yeah.
So being conscious about going home and taking off your makeup when you're drained and you're sitting there like, okay,
100%.
I need to take off this. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But it's something that if you put in self-care into yourself, you'll actually see the results as you get old, as you go on and you just get older, and you see it start to trickle down into everything that you do. So I think it's good.
100% invest in a makeup remover. Na nilipata makeup remover ya so mbili. Endeni pale
Is that
kwa
micellar
comment
water?
section. Muandike Laura to expose the brand. Tell them to,
Tell her to
talk to us
expose
nicely.
that brand. Me, I'm here thinking it's just micellar water. But then I think...
It is, but for 199, but why would you get that?
Exactly. There's
A
something
500
else.
ml bottle? Listen, it's a deal. But I can't tell you because they
Laura,
haven't paid for advertisement.
tell us. We need to know.
Hashtag KTN welcome home expose, Laura. I'll do it. You know I love to put you guys on.
Yeah.
My ladies out there, I need you guys to always look good. Something that has really touched my spirit and has pissed me off a lot. Settle at 27.
Please.
I'm not. So there's this video trending online, which I think we'll play for you guys right here.
Yeah.
And it's been a conversation that's been happening over and over time. You should settle in your early 20s. Don't wait until your 30s. There's scientific backing for these points. Great. If you're interested in starting a family, fine.
Yeah.
We understand the pressure. But do you agree? Settle by 27?
I don't understand this word settle. It's just not in my vocabulary. What do you mean settle? Because it's like, is it
In her
by-
words, she said we should lower our standards just a little bit.
Did you see how low she was talking? Sis went to the ground.
How low can you go?
Hey, she seriously went low. But that what I'm saying is it a must for you to be for you to be married, or for you to be tied down to someone, for you to say I've accomplished something in my life?
Yeah.
Because I've seen people who have chosen to also be to be by themselves,
Yeah.
and live a life without a partner. I'm not saying that you'll be lonely forever,
Yeah.
but the word settle, or you have to be
It
tied
sounds
down
a
to
lot
someone.
like compromise, you know?
Yeah.
And I get it. For me personally, because I don't have like a stable community, I don't have people like I've really grown up with that I know. Probably the most consistent man in my life is my Buddha guy. Big shout out to Mark. Very consistent, very, very responsible. Nimse wangu wa nguvu. But
Shout out to him.
you know, he's been very, very efficient in my
Yeah.
life, which I really appreciate. But to force someone at the age of 27, to be quite honest,
27.
27, to be very, very honest, with everything I've been through up to this age, I feel like this would be the best time to settle, but not yet.
Yeah.
You understand? There's still some things I need to adjust. There's things I need to do in terms of self-work, so that when I have a partner, I'm not overburdening them.
Yeah.
Because alternatively, that means putting aside self-work and just becoming a silent follower of your partner and adding no value.
Yeah.
Like I said, we live in a very capitalistic society. So living in a household that doesn't have two incomes and telling us to settle is kind of crazy,
It is.
right? So there's practical things that just don't make sense, especially with the times we are in. It would be nice. I always told people, like, I'd love to have been married by 18.
Yeah.
But here we are.
I think everyone has their lot in life.
True.
It's what you're given. Maybe you can meet the love of your life at the age of 18. You might meet the love of your life at 35.
Yeah.
It has no age limit.
And life is not based on people's other patterns. You
Yeah.
know what you're dealing with. You know what your plans are for your life. So you decide, you know, what fits for you. If you need
Yeah.
a partner, if you don't, whatever floats your boat. But for people to just go on the internet and start
Stop
dictating
giving.
how you should live your life, you live your life like that.
Yeah.
You show us the beauty of all of that instead of condemning us and telling us what we should do. And
Show
that's- It's ridiculous.
You're right. Show us how this settling of yours has
How it
worked.
has helped you. Because me, I'm not shouting at people on the internet to do things. I'm not telling people to get jobs.
Yeah.
But I enjoy my job.
Yeah.
You do what it works for you.
You have to.
100%.
But settling, I think the word settling I think let's change that word.
Yeah.
Do what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe don't settle, but float a little bit.
Live your life.
Live your life.
If you meet the right person, the
100%.
right person comes along, do the thing, you know, it's fine.
And there's this principle of life that when you stop searching for something, you'll
You'll
find
find
it.
it, yeah.
And a lot of people who find the right partners do a lot of self-work. working on yourself will attract people who match your energy.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you'll end up settling for less because you're attracting negative energy.
Yeah. If you're saying I'm going to settle for the lowest of the low, that's exactly what you'll attract.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
know, but if you want better for yourself, then that's like you said, this world is about energy, right? If that's what the energy you're putting out, then that's what you're going to receive. And whatever age that it comes, and I think as you grow also your energy, what you give out is what you attract. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because what I was
You are
attracting
what you attract.
at
At
the age of
19, 20.
Aye.
God, I never go back.
God forbid.
Save me.
God
But
forbid.
something that you guys never have to settle for is terrible entertainment. Because right here on KTN Home, we give you the best of the best because we take care of you guys. You guys are not settling when you're here. And that's exactly what ECAV does. So make sure you interact with our social media handles. That is at KTN Home on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Hashtag KTN Welcome Home. Hashtag ECAV Live. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back from the break. This is ECAV on KTN Home. We go live every Wednesday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. And as usual, I'm your host, Laura Mbatha, and here with none other than the very beautiful and talented Gilda
Thank you
Naibe.
so much, and we're having a blast. You know, I always just love
100%.
getting candid with you
Yeah.
and talking about like just the entertainment side of things.
Always.
Yeah.
If it's
so
not entertaining, I don't want to be involved.
I know.
Right?
Right? And it's every Wednesday, 10 p.m. We're here with you guys. We would love to just I mean, interact with us and let
Catch
us know
up, yeah.
what is going on with you
With the
guys.
girlies.
Yeah.
Leo kwa cyber, there was some man who's chastising some small boys. Bring back barazas, by the way. Hashtag bring back barazas for men. Because what he was doing was so wrong.
He's a bully.
Alcon Wambejo, Neil Armstrong, and all his facts were wrong. All of them. But that's neither here nor there.
Watcha.
Speaking of something that you probably like or don't like, what are some of the habits that you've seen with people at events that you don't like?
Okay, let me tell you. You know me, I won't lie to you. There's a habit that me, myself, I don't like. Like when I'm just like maybe a few drinks, if you start to push me, I will start to now just get angry. Now
Yeah.
that's when I'll just become, I'm a big,
Puffing your chest.
I'm no longer 5'3". I'm 6'5". Let's go. So that's a habit of mine that I think I don't like, you know.
Yeah.
So, but with other people, I don't know. Like I just think I'm very observant in the club. I don't know. What about you?
Thieves
Yeah.
at events, like that is so wrong because imagine,
Yeah.
because this is the thing about events, tickets are not cheap.
They're not.
So you've probably saved a bunch, you've put your money together, you're there to have a great time, and then someone out of nowhere is there for business.
Yeah.
Can we just stop?
Like you're going out with the intention of something completely different. Like it's so
Right.
wrong.
Absolutely. Like, why would you do that? Why would you ruin a person's night?
And then you know now the next morning, like, you don't know what this person is going through.
Right.
Have you ever woken up the next day after your phone is gone?
Once that happened to me and I didn't even have to wake up.
Yeah.
It hit me when I was outside the mat and I was looking at those thieves and I'm like, okay.
Yanni, please, I'm
like,
begging.
Like here I am, basi naenda. Like
Yeah.
it's over for me.
Yeah.
But another thing that I don't like about people during events is you and your very big squad over there and your beautiful girlfriend that you just decided to put on top of your neck so that the rest
Oh,
of us
yeah.
cannot see the concert.
Yeah.
I get it. It's romantic. I wish it happened to me so everyone else can suffer. But if I'm behind you,
I think it's also because it's never happened to me. I think if it's happened to me,
Like
if it happened,
you're 5'3" with 6 energy.
Yeah.
I'm 5'10", but I behave like I'm 10 feet.
Yeah,
So who's going to put me on their neck? Like I'll block the whole concert.
I know.
But yeah, I don't like that. It could be jealousy.
Yeah.
And I think it's mainly jealousy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the other things I don't like.
I also don't like guys who are over insistent. Like I've told you no. Like let's just leave it there. Like I've said no already. Now you've come back 5 times. What are we talking about again? So we've finished the story.
Yeah. Another thing I don't like about events, and this goes to the event organizers, is lack of enough bathrooms.
Oh yeah,
Right?
that's
Or
true.
the bathrooms are a bit too far away. I feel
Yeah.
like you should have at least 10 bathrooms lined up on the sides of events
Yeah.
so that it's easy access and everyone can get to them.
Or
'Cause
keep them
sometimes
clean also.
Exactly. And then that way you can keep them clean because less people use
Exactly.
less bathrooms because there's more.
Yeah.
That's one thing I also don't like.
Yeah.
Food vendors should be a bit more, how do you call it, diverse. We have different food cultures in Nairobi. I think that would also be something I'd really look forward to go to an event for, if it's not just a food type event,
Yeah.
like just a concert.
Yeah.
Like this weekend, if there's a concert, if Sauti Soul is performing, I'd like to see different food vendors with
Yeah.
different kinds of foods, not just those dry buns and those hot dogs that
It's the same thing every single
and
time.
It's bread like you've probably kept in the
It's
cabinet
been
for
there.
3 months.
Yeah, there's an event I went for, Folk Fusion. I went with the producer, Yusta. We had an amazing time because the amount of food that was there, the
Yeah,
amount of
options,
options,
yeah.
and there was everything, even the drinks, everything was just, it was a good time. Yeah.
And a personal complaint for us people who you keep inviting to events over and over and over
And we show up.
again, and we show up without disappointing, and then come back and represent you well
And we
and
talk
say
about
nothing
it.
negative. Treating your media personnel that you've
Please.
invited to your event with decency. Don't go above and beyond for us.
Say that again.
Just a little bit of decency and humanity is going to go a long way.
Yeah. Just from the beginning, like from when we get there, because we have cameras, we're carrying luggage.
Yes.
Just show us, okay, we can have
Yeah,
easy
a safe space.
Safe space.
I'm
to
here
put our
chasing
things.
thieves with my camera. My producer is
Yeah.
running all over.
I'm thirsty a
I'm
bit.
thirsty.
I'm
And
hungry a little bit. Like
I'm in the masses.
and I'm working. I'm not there to enjoy myself. I'm not so like I'm there dancing and drinking. No,
Yeah.
no. I'm actually working to promote your event. So just think about us a little bit, because
Absolutely.
we'll still come here and talk about it on the show.
Of course.
And we'll make sure that we put it in the best light.
And the best part about it is, even through all of the struggles we go to, our main job is to find the good things, you know? It's not about, look at me, I'm here, I'm stuck in the middle of a crowd suffocating
you
me.
won't
No,
see
it's the people around me are having a good time. So
Yeah.
regardless of whether or not I'm being treated right, it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's the audience.
Come with us one day. I think
Yeah,
that's
you
what
know,
it is.
when you invite
Just
us for event, you
tag
come,
along.
tag along.
Yeah.
Help us carry tripods
Hey.
and, you know, cables, and just see how the event is for media personnel. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But I think for me, those are the things that I really care about when it comes to an event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another thing that we're just talking about, speaking of going back to relationships, right? There was a lady that was speaking about this side and main chick conversation, right? And she was just talking about like how maybe that not all side chicks will be dumped. Maybe not all of them are just useless, and that it will end like that. And that maybe even some of them will become second wives,
Yeah.
and that's how it will go. So what do you think about that?
It's nonsense, fast. A lot of side chicks are probably, I don't know, honestly, if you're above 30 and you're a side chick, like reevaluate your life just a little bit. And it's not even about being 30. It doesn't matter if you're 19 or you're 50. We just assume that the older you get, you know better.
Yeah.
Right? Because we see it over and over again, the routine is the same.
And you know, like getting back to some Dako Kidogo,
Yeah.
you know, I have to just bring this
True
up
to
because
form.
I saw something that was interesting on social media, and there was this lady talking about how not all side chicks are going to be dumped, and not all side chicks are useless. Like some of them will play an important role in your man's life,
Yeah.
and might end up even just being the second wife.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you what you think about that before I give you my opinion.
One, she's not lying. But then again, it's not something to be very proud of. I can't
not.
believe there was a time I was 19, 21, I think. And I just had a group of friends and we used to call ourselves the SBS.
I need to know what this stands for.
It's side, the other one is an expletive word. I can't
yeah.
use squad. So like a side chick squad. And we were so happy to say this to each
19,
other.
come on,
We
it's
I was
fine.
probably like 21. I should have known better.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, that was a very dark time.
Yeah.
And now that I know better, it's not something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Especially the older you get when you're trying to, like, we've been told by 27 you should be settled.
Yeah.
If you're only dating married men or people in relationships, then hoping that someone chooses you as a second wife has to be the lowest form of settling I've seen.
But let me ask you, how do you get to the point of, let's say you're dating a man whose culture it is for him to have a second wife, and it's something that you agree on,
Yeah.
that you would want to
But
be
you
a
see,
second
they're
wife.
not called side chicks.
They're not
first.
called side chicks. So what
Yeah.
are they called?
They're called second wives.
You're not a second wife from the beginning, are you?
But you're not a side chick either. A side
you're not a
chick
side
is
chick.
only seen past midnight, is told to keep quiet when phone calls are being made, A wife is introduced to the family, can go to family functions.
But she's kept a secret first, isn't
No,
it?
you're not.
You're not.
No.
So he straight up tells the first wife,
Oh, yes.
I'm courting someone.
Yes, in most cultures, you're supposed to approach your first wife, and
Damn,
it's
that's
supposed to be agreed
rough.
upon. Having a second wife. Polygamy is not. It's not a practice. It's an institution. It has rules.
Yeah.
Having a side chick is just irresponsible.
Yeah,
and
there's
it's a
no
lack of maturity. If
Yeah.
you're dating a man who has a girlfriend, a wife, and you're the side chick, you should get checked. Daddy issues. It's screaming daddy issues.
It is.
It's screaming daddy issues.
But you know, we've been there, we've been that, we've done that, and
I'm not shaming you. I'm telling you, there's time to be redeemed. There's always
Repent.
there's always time to be redeemed. This is the thing. We're not villainizing you. We're not chastising you. We're not telling you, oh my God, you're the most disgusting creature in the world. Your time will come. You'll see the error of your ways. You just hope it's not too late, depending on your values,
Yeah.
the things you want in life. If you're that 27 and you want to get married, your ambition shouldn't be to be a side chick that is elevated to a main
Because
chick.
the worst thing to do is waste your time on all of that, and then he just leaves you, and then you're that, like you said, 27 or something, or in your 30s, and
Yeah.
you're like, now you're left and you're sitting there wondering, okay, so what's this? You've been played the whole time, and it's not a good look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's better for yourself?
Worse still, you decide to have a family with this man. A lot of children who come from, hidden families get the worst end of,
Yeah, you
know.
don't have the father as present as you want him
Exactly.
to
There's
be.
there's no proper functioning in your brain. And
Yeah.
this has no science to back it. This is just my own personal
But I
impressions
think-
of being on the street.
But I think we put too much emphasis on the woman. But what about the man? Like, I think this all goes back to
he's
the man.
obviously matured. And why would you want to deal with a low vibrational man?
It doesn't make sense.
I can't speak for men because I don't understand the psychology behind men. But honestly, as a man who's doing this,
don't.
the challenge in the Bible is how do you call it? Discipline.
Discipline, yeah, yeah.
When you commit to something, you see it through. And when you start doing things that are not in line with the vows that you made, it's a sign of a weak man.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much money you make. This is a person who will never guide you into anything that's fruitful. And if money is what you deem as fruitful, then your life is just as shallow as your relationship.
And it won't end well. Like, there's no way
Absolutely.
it's gonna end well. I'm so
True.
sorry. It's just not.
Yeah. But if you're in a healthy relationship, there's definitely a few stages that everyone will go through.
Yeah.
Some of mine have gone a bit escalated. I think I was in a relationship for 2 months last year. Jesus. I suffered. But there's some things that definitely you have to go through. And there's a whole list of 5 things.
I saw them.
Yeah, so I'll go through them with you
Yeah.
and you tell me if you agree.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're in order, but allegedly
Yeah.
they're supposed to be in order. So, wanasema train a formula, but apparently it does.
It does.
Stage 1, infatuation, aka butterflies.
Those, you know what? Me, I rush from stage 1 to okay. Let me read them. So it said stage 1 infatuation, and then
Stage 2, comfort.
and then stage 3.
Stage 3, questioning.
Me, I rush to stage 3 immediately.
Me, I go from how do you call it?
Stage
Infatuation to disgust.
Yeah.
Like, why are you here? Why are you looking at me? What do you mean you're broke? I'm
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I'm joking. But yeah, so
And this
stage
thing
3 is
yeah.
questioning or assimilation.
Yeah.
Stage 4 is vulnerability.
Ability.
I feel
Yeah.
like they skipped a step. Vulnerability should start right after infatuation.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Yeah.
After umeng'ara a few times, when you take off your wig, kuna zile lines zako za 6 weeks, so like, babe, I just didn't have money.
Yeah.
You get it? And so vulnerability, stage 4, that is honesty.
Yeah,
And
the
then
honesty
stage
stage.
5 is stability.
You know what? Stability is the hardest to reach. I think that's where most relationships fail. Stability. So maybe after the questioning and whatever,
Yeah.
and then now you get comfortable.
Yeah.
Now, that stability, I think that's the hardest part to reach.
Yeah.
Where you've completely accepted everything, and you know this person,
Yeah.
and now you're stable.
I think the thing that when that lady who's saying by 27 you should have settled is, and it says, what did she say? Not compromise, the other word she used.
Settle. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the stability she means, accepting your partner, which takes a long time. So you can imagine starting a relationship when you're 27 and rushing into it over a year. I understand people get married like after 2 weeks, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's different for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're going to go through all these 5 stages, then you have to have started a longer time. It takes other people longer, and I don't think we should judge them for that.
Yeah, and she also said that these things also happen in waves. It's not only like you'll go from this stage to that stage
True.
and you'll stay forever.
Yeah.
Like you can go back to infatuation again.
Yeah.
You can go back to all of these things, which I think is just normal in a relationship. But damn, is it not a lot of work, guys?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And never
Like-
let your guard down.
Yeah.
Skubali watu wakuone sleep.
I'm
young
telling you.
lady. Skubali. Yep.
Yeah.
But that's all the stories we had for you. Right now we're getting into our guest of the week. Are you excited?
I'm always excited to introduce guests because I get to talk to new people. I get to just hear other people you know me and you, we can talk and talk and talk.
Welcome back to eCov. My name is Lauren Bartha, and as I mentioned, we're here every Wednesday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Remember to head on over to our social media platforms, that is on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, at KTN Home _ and interact with us using the hashtag eCovLive, hashtag KTN Welcome Home. And I'm here with...
Gilda Naibe, and I am super, super excited to be here with you guys. Like Laura said, interact with us.
Yes.
We always love to hear your feedback.
We love to. And if you happen to go to any of the upcoming events, like I said, remember, send us a picture with the hashtag eCovLive. Yeah. So, brief story before we start this interview. A few years ago, in my modeling days, when I used to think I was the one,
Yeah.
I actually worked with this designer.
And you
it
are the one,
skipped
by
my
the
mind
way?
because I thought I was that bad. Like, I was just like, I didn't do a great job until I met her today. And while I'm doing my side projects, I was doing research on a certain community in Kenya. And I came across a project by Greg Constantine called The Nowhere People. And it's such a shame that we don't talk about this community enough because I've interacted with them in my own private life enough to know it's such a vibrant culture,
Yeah.
rich, and most of all, beautiful. But people who can give us a little bit more of insight on the Nubian community are here with us, and we'll let them introduce themselves.
My name is Leila Medi Ismail, and I'm the Nubian cultural icon promoting the Sabala Fest this year.
Nice. And she looks amazing. But before we
Thank
get to
you.
see her outfit, let's get to meet our next guest.
Thank you very much, Flora. I'm Sakina Mwaka. I'm a broadcast journalist by profession and also fashion designer. And I'm the one dressing this beautiful icon right here. And I'll also be dressing any other prominent figure that we will be attending the event. And I'm also one of the coordinators of the event of Sabala Festival.
Amazing. But even before that, for you guys at home, just to get the full experience, I'd like you guys to see Leila's outfit in full. Starting with the shoes. There's nothing subtle about this look.
Nothing.
It's popping from head to toe. Starting with the... Sakina, did you design this?
Yes.
Yeah, from the head gear to the big... And there's something about your dresses that just big, which is something I absolutely
It's
love.
bold. It's
It
in
has
your
to be.
face.
Yes.
And it's just, it's literally one of the most stunning pieces I've ever seen. And if this is what represents the culture, then I am so in. I want to know more. You know, this is just stunning.
Thank you
Yeah.
very
And you said
much.
she's a Nubian cultural icon.
Icon.
So this is...
Leila will be telling us a bit about that. But Sakina, as Leila joins us, the Nowhere People, do you resonate with that term?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, yes. Let me start with the history.
Yes.
Nubians came from the southern Sudan and northern Egypt. That was in the year 1850s. So they came in Kenya and every other country that the British colony settled in as colonialist soldiers.
Yes.
So they've been in Kenya for over 150 years now. So you can imagine that's like 3 generations. So of course, when it got to 1950s, when Africa was fighting for their independence, Nubians became stateless.
Yes.
Because at the moment, they had to decide whether they're going to be on the colonialist side or on the African side. So of course, they took the African side, and that automatically made them stateless. So when she said the Nowhere People, I resonated with that because nothing explains it more than our history. Of course, Nubians have been through so much. They've been through a lot when it comes to being stateless. But at least the Kenyan government recognizes Nubians.
Yes.
They were granted the title deed in the year 2017 by Uhuru Kenyatta. And at least that's a way of recognizing the Nubians and the effort they've put in being Kenyans. They are not yet gazetted as a community, but of course that's something the government is currently working on. Yeah.
I love that. So before we even get to the Sabala
Festival.
Sabala
Festival.
Festival.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. What does that mean, Sabala? Maybe you can tell us.
Sabala is basically dancing, enjoying ourselves. Also, there's something I'm wearing here. You can see.
I love surprises.
I know.
Show
It just
me.
popped out.
So-
I love that.
It's like, you know,
So this
Easter
is
eggs.
also
Yeah.
called sabala. It's I'll say an ornament we put in
Okay.
our hair, and this wadi. So it's like I'll say a way to beautify a Nubian woman. But mostly brides are the ones who wear this. Yeah.
Can't wait.
And
You guys are not read.
it's part of your culture as well to cover your hair, is it?
Yes.
Yes, it's I've noticed, and also the part of the dancing and the food, and also can you just tell me what is the richness about your heritage?
I'll say it's like you've said. I'll say it's our amazing, enchanting culture, our regalia. It's very unique. And yes, our food. You should test our food.
Yeah.
It's very,
Mimi
very
itetu
good.
bash. Mimi nataka dance. Mimi
tell me
nataka kudance. Bas.
And
But yeah.
I'll say the most unique thing about us is the fact that we've been able to preserve our culture for over 150 years in a different country where we faced humiliation, embarrassment, you know, criticism and everything. So I'll say that's us, yeah.
So tell us a bit more about the history of the event.
So Sabala Festival is a Nubian cultural festival. It's meant to connect Nubians from all over the world. I love the fact that you mentioned them being stateless, feeling like they belong nowhere. They come from somewhere, of course, but they feel like they don't belong. So this is a way of connecting Nubians all over the world to at least have that sense of community. And again, it's not only to connect the Nubians all over the world, it's also to remind Africans of their tradition. So what happens at Sabala Festival is we get to display the Nubian culture. We get to show the food, we get to show the regalia, what we're wearing. Majority of anyone who attends dresses like we are dressed right now. So, and then the top notch, the whole, what the event is all about is the music. So we have different bands from different Nubian communities, even from Uganda, from South Sudan. Yes. So it's a very lively event. So we have music, we have dancing, there's food, and it's something that's been passed on from generations to generations. Actually, Leila here, she mentioned to me when we chose her as a cultural icon, when she auditioned for it, she mentioned that her grandmother, her mom, and her used to come for Sabala Festival since it started.
Oh.
Wow.
So you can imagine the
The
impact.
event means 2006.
I'm not that old.
Broski.
Yeah, so you can imagine the impact it had on her from being a child, for her to embrace her culture, to love herself.
I just need a bit of clarification. Is Kibra a Nubian word?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
yes.
Means forest.
Yes, the land of forest. Because you guys, unajua Kibra ilikuwa the land of forest. Do you guys know?
Are you aware?
Contrary to what you
I'm
know
learning this
today,
right now.
yeah,
Okay.
contrary
It's
to
just
what you know today, it was beautiful. It was green. There was just
Very,
forest
yeah.
covering the whole of that land.
Yeah.
And then the government allowed settlers from rural areas to come and fill that space. And slowly by slowly, the Nubian community was shut out. Yeah, which is unfortunate. Even us as people, and that's the way she says it. You become westernized. You know, you start building small houses, filling them with TVs, forgetting that you're a community, but the people who belonged here before you. And I think that
It's a
event
great
should
reminder.
be. Yeah, it is a very great reminder. And now that they're speaking out, they're doing things loudly and proudly, and incorporating some of us, including me.
Yeah.
Dance. It's exciting to watch. But for you, Sakina, my sister's actually called Sakina.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's too many coincidences
I know.
today.
Does it actually mean the name Sakina? It's very unique. I've never heard it before.
Yes,
Does it
it's
mean
Arabic.
something?
Yes, it's Arabic and for tranquility and calmness.
Wow,
Yes.
that's a nice name to be bestowed upon.
Thank you.
Resonated.
Yeah, she looks like my sister is madness.
Wow.
We pray for her. But you as a designer, like you said, a few years ago we worked together, and I remember because I think we wore the same you incorporated this
Yes,
fabric.
I
Yes,
did.
at the bottom, and it's a very unique print to your community and some of the more Islam inspired communities as well. Why was it important for you, before even the Sabala festival, to incorporate these things in your designs?
Of course, because it's my identity. I have to appreciate my heritage. I used to do modern wears. I think you have a better outlook and you've seen it. I used to do purely modern wear. But I felt like something is missing. I felt like I need to connect my passion to something. I need to have a reason to do this. And that's why I started incorporating my Nubian heritage. And since then, I'm telling you, I felt better as an artist.
It's true.
Yeah, I felt like now I have an identity. Now I can stand and say I'm unique and take it or leave it. This is me. So this is an encouragement to every artist out there. If you want to do something that you feel like you're connected to and you're from Africa, this is a gift to you. Your heritage, your culture, embody it. You know, use it, like form something out of it. Automatically you will see returns, you will notice change. I feel like we need to do something as Africans. We need to encourage young Africans to be proud of being African. Stop being too westernized. Of course, westernization has brought so much.
It has its benefits,
education, the engineering bit and everything. But Africans, we have morals.
Yeah,
we have
a lot to offer.
Yes, values. We have ethics. So when we embrace that, we tend to also have the morals or the ethics combined.
Absolutely. And you know, when you share, like, this is what I believe when you say community is speaking to another person and they understand you fully. You're not misconstrued, you're not misunderstood. No one, you don't come and tell someone I need a pen and they're like, you ask me for a knife.
Exactly.
You understand? Because we speak the same language.
Same language.
And Africans, even if we speak different dialects, we speak the same language. And that's the language of blackness. Which is beautiful to watch. Leila, as the Nubian cultural icon, pressure icon.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of pressure and hate.
Hate?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Please, I'd like to know some more.
So, you know, becoming an icon at such a young age, there are older people who feel like, you don't deserve this position.
Okay.
You know, this position is for an older person who knows more about the Nubian culture and traditions, but they forget that we can also learn about our culture and tradition. And I did. I got a certificate. I did Nubian culture and language. Yes, last year. So, yeah, the hate, but we overlook it. You know,
Wait a minute. Wakamba mkono your stuff? Because I need a degree.
Yes,
I need a degree in my companies. I need to know. So how did you? I'm assuming, like she said, you went to some of these events like Sabala Festival. But when did you feel the calling to be part and, you know, really invest in your community? Yeah.
Okay, I'll not say I felt the calling because I was raised in a Nubian family. I met my great-grandma, both my grandmothers.
Wow, that's amazing.
So they taught me a lot about my culture, my traditions, how, as a Nubian woman, how you should carry yourself and everything. So, yeah, it started from when I was very young. But when this opportunity came to me, I say I will take it. And if I get this position, I will use it to educate myself more and also to give back to my community.
I love that.
Yes.
Nubian culture is just beautiful.
Sakin, I saw something very interesting about you. You said you dedicate 2 days to look at your Instagram hate comments.
Wow.
Able to tell me a little bit about that because I can
Teach me your ways, Sensei.
I know, you know, of course, criticism comes with a lot.
Yes.
Like she said, people from the older community feel like they should, like they're more knowledgeable about the culture and she doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
But to some extent, constructive criticism matters as a brand.
That's true.
You see, when you manage a brand, you must know what your clientele wants. You must know what is trending. You must know what people want, you know. As much as you are supposed to maintain your originality, maintain yourself, but at the end of the day, you should also accommodate other people's opinion.
Yes.
That's true.
But I don't mean I'm encouraging cyberbullying or anything of the sort. But at the end of the day, sometimes positive criticism also goes a long way. You know,
true.
It can show you the right direction. Like I can give you my example. My parents, for example, my mom is also who was also a fashion designer, is the one who really encouraged me in tapping into my Nubian heritage. She really encouraged me into doing that because she also felt like there's something missing. You know, she also really insisted in that. You see, that's criticism. And to some extent, it was bitter. I was like, what? How are you trying to insinuate that there's something missing about my brand?
Yeah.
But in the long run, I realized she had a point.
Yeah.
And so far, it's taken my brand to the next level.
True.
So at the end of the day, try as much as possible. Listen to comments, listen to criticism, but do not be too focused on the negative comments, you know. Once in a while, try to, you know, like see what your fans are all about. Like they will encourage you. They'll tell you, yes, take it to a higher notch. We're there for you. And it's a good thing.
Yeah.
They say criticism is good, but you have to also look at the source.
Yes,
Exactly.
But when can I attend Sabala Festival?
Exactly.
So the Sabala Festival, will be held at KCC on the 24th of December. That's before Christmas. So everyone is welcomed.
Yeah.
Everyone from any community in Kenya, any tribe, you're all welcomed. Yeah, you can come and celebrate with us.
Amazing. And where can people get tickets?
Okay, tickets. We have our tickets.
You
can
we have a social media page.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just go to Sabala Digital online. You will see the details on the pay bill number, on the number you're supposed to contact if you're interested in being a vendor. If you're also interested in being a partner to the event. Of course, we've had so much support. We've had so much positive feedback from some of the government officials in Kenya, and also poor private sectors in Kenya. We've had the PS of tourism who's on board and has partnered with us. We also have the KFCB CEO who was also partnered with Sabala Festival, because these are people who believe in culture.
Yeah.
They believe in ethic. Of course, you know what KFCB stand for. They believe in ethic. They believe in morals as Africans. So, of course, they see this as a way of teaching the younger generations to appreciate your culture, you know. Also, we have the Engineered Photo Studio, who's an amazing photographer who also partner with us in the event. So it's a nice way of giving back to the community, and it's a nice way of connecting with people from all walks of life. So it doesn't mean that you just come to the event if you're Nubian. Of course, any community is welcome. It's a way of us coming together as Africans.
Yes. And maybe learning from you. We just
Yeah.
want to learn.
Maybe share your social media handles before we ask you to show your outfit as well to the audience.
My social media handles on all pages, Seki Classy Designs on all pages. That's where you'll get me.
So mine is Peacefully Her on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Facebook. It's my name, Ismail Medi Leila.
Nice. I love it. You can catch me here every Wednesday, same time, same place. I'll ask you ladies to just stand right here and show people your outfits. As I remind people, every Wednesday from 10 to 11 p.m. Tune into KTN Home and catch ECAV with myself and
Gilda Naibe. You can find me on Only Gilda on Instagram and Gilda Naibe on Twitter and Facebook. Look at these lovely ladies.
Seki Classy.
Hey.
Yes. Show them, pepper them. Another dialect I speak. Thank you so much, lovely ladies. Thank you so much to our viewers at home. We appreciate you sharing your time with us. And remember, you are your heritage.
You are your heritage.
Yeah.
And maybe if you guys can just tell us how you say thank you in what would you say the language is? I want to get it right. It's just the Nubian language. How do you say thank you and welcome?
Shukran.
Just shukran.
Yes.
Sorry.
See, I knew it. I was halfway there.
Yeah.
Joking. Thank you so much. Tune in to ECAV next week. Same time, same place.